Hello and welcome to the Chronicles of a Gooner live watch-along of Arsenal versus Slavia Prague in the UEFA Europa League. It's the quarter-final first leg. It's a huge game for us this evening, and fingers crossed we can come away with a positive result to take into that second leg. Hope you're all well. Big hello to everybody joining me in the chat. As you'll see, I finally got the green screen sorted for one of these bloody watch-alongs. I was sitting at my desk before, all the messy stuff in the background was all on show, but I spent some time today getting this all set up properly so that I can bring you guys hopefully the best experience possible. Fingers crossed the game lives up to it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button. Really appreciate it if you do. It really does help the channel. And let's kick off by discussing the team news. And of course, the big team news to come from Arsenal today is, of course, that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been left out of the starting 11 this evening by Mikel Arteta. This is the team. It's Bernd Leno in goal. It's a back four of Hector Bellerin, Rob Holding, Gabriel and Cedric Soares. In midfield, it's Thomas Partey alongside Granit Xhaka, with a trio ahead of them of Bukayo Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe and Willian, with Alexander Lacazette leading the line. So as I say, no Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He is not in the starting lineup. Neither is Gabriel Martinelli, neither is Pablo Mari, neither is Callum Chambers. And on Arsenal's bench, it's Ceballos, Aubameyang, Pepe, Mari, Nelson, El Neni, Nketiah, Matt Ryan, Gabriel Martinelli, and a few academy graduates in Karl Hein, Joe Lopez and Miguel Aziz. So have a quick look at the Slavia Prague team. It's Andre Koller in goal. It's a back four of Alexander Barr, Thomas Holes, David Zima and Jan Boril, with Jakub Hromada playing in a holding midfield position. Ahead of them, it's Peter Olejinka, Lucas Provod, Nikolai Stanchu, Oscar Dorley and Abdallah Sima. Now, I don't know a great deal about Slavia Prague, I've got to be honest, but the players I've been told to keep a close eye on are Abdallah Sima, the number 12, leading the line for Slavia Prague, Peter Olejinka, who plays from the left, and Nikolai Stanchu, wearing the number 7 shirt. He is playing in the centre of midfield, and as we saw in the last round against Rangers, he's capable of scoring from a set piece. So lots to look out for in terms of potential dangers. What do you think of the team? Let me know your thoughts on the side that Mikel Arteta has picked. He was asked why there was no Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and his answer was that we had to try and pick the best team for this game. So I don't know if he's sending a bit of a message there, Mikel Arteta, or if he just feels that based on this game, you know, this and the way that Aubameyang's been playing, it just wasn't right to include him. He's not going to give us the full story. He's not going to give the press the full story. And that's really important to know. I know there are a lot of fans out there who are frustrated by the fact that Willian starts and Gabriel Martinelli doesn't. We're going to have to see how that pans out. And I don't think we should be getting on Mikel Arteta's back about that, if I'm honest, because you know, we're talking about a very experienced Willian. They were talking about it before the game. It could be the third player to win the Europa League with 3 different clubs, becoming the Clarence Seedorf, if you like, of the UEFA Europa League. So I'm not overly worried about the inclusion of Willian from the start. Hopefully he can do the business tonight. But if he can't, of course, we have options from the substitutes bench. And in the Europa League, you are allowed to make 5 changes, which could prove very significant. Let me know what you're thinking, how you feeling in the live chat. Matt G says he loves the honesty from Arteta. Wesbird says should have started with either Martinelli or Pepe and Marie. He's so calm alongside Holding. Yeah, when I was talking about it earlier on the sort of lineup show that I did earlier today, I did talk about that. I did talk about the fact that I feel as though, you know, the combination of Pablo Mari and Rob Holding has been proven to work. The combination of Gabriel and Rob Holding, not so much, and that worries me a little bit. But it's clear that Gabriel is one of Mikel Arteta's first choice centre-backs. It's clear that David Luiz is the other one, but unfortunately for us, David Luiz is not available, and he probably won't be available for a few more weeks yet. There's a bit of a worry that he might not be available again this season, and the same can be said for Kieran Tierney. Both of them suffering knee ligament injuries, which is far from ideal. But kickoff is just around the corner. Big hello to Paul as well in the chat. He says, I'm calling it now, 2-1 to the Arsenal, Harry. Always good to hear that from someone who's not an Arsenal fan, because it makes me feel a little bit more confident. Steve says, Harry, is it me or are you out of focus? It's something to do with the lighting. When I lean forward or when I lean back, I think it just shifts out a little bit. So apologies for that. But once I start the stream, I can't go back and adjust it all. But also bear in mind the stream quality might not be 100% as well. By the time it comes through to you guys, wherever it is you are in the world, it does lose some quality. Which is unfortunate, of course. Sam says, I hope the delivery yesterday was your Willian figurine. Harry, we're going to need it tonight. It wasn't a Willian figurine. Perhaps I need to get one of those, and I need to get a Bellerin one, and I need to get I've got a Xhaka one. I need to get an Aubameyang one. Maybe I should just get the whole team. What do you reckon? Christmas present from me to me, or birthday present. That comes before Christmas, I suppose. 28 Guy Happy says it'd be nice to keep a clean sheet. Wesbird says, I can't make a prediction as we'll lose if I do. Shane Geraghty says 4-0 to the Arsenal, and he's going with a Laka hat-trick. That would be impressive, wouldn't it? But just before kickoff, just want to update you guys on something and say my thanks to a brand new predictor game football app where you can bet against your friends rather than the bookmakers. It goes by the name of Le Bomb. As I say, brand new predicted game, and they are currently supporting the Chronicles of a Gooner podcast. This weekend, I'm going head-to-head with some of football's most recognisable YouTubers. Rory Jennings, Elliot Hackney, Adam McCullough and Boovie. All of us are going into a group together. We've all put a tenner in. Winner takes all. But most important, this is all about the bragging rights. So really looking forward to seeing how that goes over the weekend. The scores update and the table updates accordingly live and in real time. So I'll be able to keep tabs on that as each goal goes in. You can see how it changes. I've gone for a 3-1 Arsenal win over Sheffield United at the weekend. Is that brave or stupid? You let me know. But as I say, the leaderboard updates is brilliant. The game's only available to UK residents, and you must be 18 or over to play. You've got until 12:30 Saturday to get those predictions in. Download the app via the link in the description. And yeah, I'd appreciate it if you'd give it a download and share it with your mates. And big shout out to Le Bomb, as I say, for supporting the Chronicles of a Gooner podcast. I'm extremely grateful, and I will drop that, as Xander says, I will drop that link into the Discord server. Sheerluck Holmes says clean sheet is vital tonight. It absolutely is, my friend. You know, the away goal could be potentially massive, and we don't want to concede one of those. That is for sure. Maybe the fact I've moved to the sofa tonight rather than sitting at the desk will give us a little bit more luck. Who knows? But let's see, because kickoff is fast approaching at the Emirates Stadium. Going to roll the crowd effects. Just give us a little thumbs up if you can hear that. Let me know it's all coming through. It looks to be coming through at my end. Come on, Gooner, says DC. Says, do it for Glenn Camara. Of course, Andre Kudela, the man involved in that incident. He's not available for Slavia Prague this evening. I put it down to health reasons, but I suspect there's a little bit more to that. Marshall B says, if we lose, you got to burn that couch now. You know what? It is probably burn worthy, this couch, if I'm honest. It's one of those that you chuck in the man cave because you're about to throw it away. But you know what? It's the most comfortable couch in my house, despite spending a load of money on a new one. I prefer this one any day of the week. The teams are out, and we're almost ready to get underway at the Emirates Stadium. Let me just quickly run you through that Arsenal team one more time, just in case you are running a little bit late and joined us a little bit late. Bernd Leno in goal. Hector Bellerin, Rob Holding, Gabriel and Cedric are the back four. Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka are the midfield duo with Saka, Smith Rowe and Willian in behind Alexander Lacazette. For Slavia Prague, it's Andre Kolar in goal. Alexander Bar, Thomas Holles, David Zima and Jan Boril are the back four with Jakub Hromada in midfield, in the holding midfield position. Ahead of him is Lucas Provod and Nikolai Stanchi with Oscar Dorley and Peter Olejinka playing on either flank, and Abdullah Sima leads the line for Slavia Prague. Aditya says, why did you hide my comment on the last video? I haven't hidden any comments, my friend. Perhaps one of the moderators did it, I'm not sure. But I haven't hidden any comments. I wouldn't have responded to the comment if I was avoiding it. So I can assure you I've not hidden any of your comments. So that's not true, and it's not the case. Andreas Ekberg is the referee, Swedish official. Hector Bellerin captains Arsenal this evening. You know what? I'm going to bring up the Slavia Prague team on my screen, because I'm going to struggle to bring you commentary on a bunch of players I don't know if I don't have that in front of me. So let's get that up, and we can keep an eye on who's in possession, who's not, and all of that jazz. Let's bring it over here. Slavia Prague in a change strip, of course, of all black. Going to have a minute's silence or minute's appreciation here, by the looks of it. Or is the Arsenal fans haven't lined, or the Arsenal players, sorry, haven't lined up to do it. The Slavia Prague players have. I'm not sure what this is about. Show of solidarity, perhaps? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments, because you guys are listening to the commentary. For what reason are the Slavia Prague players doing that? I don't know. No Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang this evening, of course, as already mentioned. Alexander Lacazette tasked with leading the line for the Gunners. About to get underway here. As I say, Slavia in their changed strip of all black, Arsenal in their traditional red and white. Referee just looking around, making his final count as we're about to get underway here. Mikel Arteta watches on from the sidelines. Big game for the Arsenal. This huge in the context of our season. The Arsenal players take to the knee in support of the Black Lives Matter campaign. Interestingly, the Slavia Prague players haven't. Adding another side story to this game. Not really doing themselves any favours, are they? With everything that's gone on with regards to them over the last few weeks. Really not helping themselves. Not clever at all. Not clever at all. Steve Z says, let's beat these racists. Akshay says, solidarity for their racist compatriot. Like I said, guys, I don't have the commentary on, so I'm literally just watching the pictures. So I don't know exactly what that was about, but I think they were trying to stand up to make a point, perhaps, about their colleague who they vehemently defended since the incident occurred. And Arsenal have a goal kick early on after Cedric's clearance cannons off of the on-rushing Slavia Prague player. Gooner says, massive game for Arteta. We need a big reaction. We do indeed. He's wearing club gear tonight, Mikel Arteta. On top of his Giorgio Armani, I'm sure. So perhaps that's a sign he means business tonight. Or it's just too cold. Colder than he predicted. Bernd Leno with the goal kick forward. Alexander Lacazette rises, wins the ball in the air. It looks like Willian's going to operate from the left-hand side, as we thought. Pre-game, it's headed forward by Slavia Prague. Gabriel wins the header. Slavia Prague want a free kick around about the halfway line. They're going to get one. And Jakub Homada went down there under the challenge of Granit Xhaka. Lacazette came in to try and kick the ball away afterwards, and there was a bit of a dispute between those two, but Granit Xhaka cooling the situation down. Slavia Prague take the kick, and it's back with their goalkeeper, Ondrej Kolar. Now it's with the right back, Alexander Bar. Now Thomas Hollis. Back to Kolar in the Prague goal. Plays it out to the left-hand side, taken down. Now it's with Olejinka. Here's Oscar Dorley. Plays the ball forward. We've got it again at the back. Centre-back specifically with Holles. Slavia Prague in possession on the right-hand side now. And we know they're no mugs, Slavia Prague. They've knocked out some really decent sides in this competition so far. Leicester City being the most notable. And of course, Glasgow Rangers, who run away with the Scottish Premiership this season. It's going to be a free kick given Arsenal's way this time. Just inside Arsenal's half. Around about 3 minutes on the clock here. Jindřich Tripovský, the Slavia Prague coach on your pictures there. He's done a really, really good job at the club. They've been extremely dominant in their domestic league. And as I've already pointed out, they've been really effective in this competition so far as well. Here's Gabriel at the back for the Gunners. Plays the ball left to Cedric. Controls it but checks inside onto his right foot. Goes back to Gabriel. Ball in field to Alexander Lacazette. Loose touch from Lacazette, and Prague could potentially break here. Gabriel will win the header as the visitors try and play a ball in over the top of the Arsenal defence. It's headed back forward though by Slavia Prague. There's Olejinka with a header. Abdallah Sima trying to get involved. They look as if they're going to give it a go here, Slavia Prague, tonight. Understandably so. They'll want that away goal. Could prove so significant in the tie. Sam says, did Souček at West Ham come from Slavia Prague? You never know what other gems they might have. He did. Thomas Souček and Vladimir Kufal both came from Slavia Prague. Here is Rob Holding into Lacazette. Nice touch to get away from his man. Can he release Bukayo Saka? Here he is inside the box. Tries to step inside the defender who was coming across. I think it was Thomas Holles who got there just in the nick of time. Good work from Lacazette. Quick thinking to release Bukayo Saka. Got himself into the penalty area. Just wasn't quite sharp enough to escape the attentions of the defender. Here is Ondrej Kolar in the Slavia Prague goal. Mark says, what do away goals do, etc. count double if you're away? So if the score is level, then the team with the most away goals goes through. That's how it works. They don't count double, but in the event that the score is tied, they will be used to separate the two sides. It's a bit of an archaic rule. I understand why it was initially brought in, right? It was initially brought in to prevent teams going away from home, parking the bus, and ultimately spoiling European football. But I think it's almost gone the complete other way now, where teams will defend at home and just be more offensive on the road. So it's kind of just had the same effect, only just reversing the home and away thing around. Here's Willian on the ball, midway inside Slavia Prague's half. Plays it left towards Cedric, the Slavia man. Just getting a touch on it. It's gone out for an Arsenal throw on the left-hand side. Here's Emil Smith-Rowe. Looks for a pass around the corner. Blocked, and Arsenal, I thought they had a throw in that time, but it must have come back off of Emil Smith-Rowe. Big hello to Jay Dubia joining us as well. He says, evening Harry, evening all. Hope you're all good, mate. Throw in around about the halfway line on that far side, the right-hand side, taken by Slavia Prague. Here's Lacazette again, just inside their half. Visit inside. Pick the ball up though. Stephen says, is it possible you bring us live footage? I wish I could, my friend, but I'll get done for copyright breaches. So Unfortunately, no, I can't bring you the footage. Here is Rob Holding into Gabriel on the halfway line. Turns back almost into trouble, but picks out Rob Holding in the end. Here is the former Bolton man, just plays it left to Gabriel again. Shifts it onto that stronger left foot of his. Long diagonal ball over the top, looking for Willian on the left-hand side. Just slightly overhit from Brazilian to Brazilian. Gabriel looking for Willian, who made a good run down the left-hand side. And Willian's been speaking a lot in the last few days about social media abuse and the fact that he does want to succeed at Arsenal. And it's been a shame to see him on the receiving end of lots of abuse. It's something that we really need to deal with now because it's getting out of hand. Agreed, his performances haven't been as good as we'd have hoped. That's no excuse to start abusing somebody's family. Here come Slavia Prague on the attack. Now it's with number 7, Nikolai Stanchu in midfield. Really technically gifted player is Stanchu. Here's Abdallah Symeou. Now it's with Boril on the left-hand side. Cuts it back and Slavia Prague continue to attack with Nikolai Stanchu. And they've won their first corner of the game. Off of the body of Hector Bellerin. Big hello to Errol Campbell, who's a Rangers fan watching from Spain. He says, get into them. The Gooners, of course, Arsenal hoping to exact revenge for Glenn Kamara, former Arsenal man as well, himself. Corner's taken short by Stanchu. Now it's on the edge of the box. Shot from distance. That time blocked. Arsenal get it clear as far as around about the halfway line. It was the number 19, Oscar Dorley, who got the shot away for Slavia Prague. Arsenal back in possession on the edge of their own penalty area with Gabriel. Plays it to Holding to his right. Again, shifts it out of his foot, looking for options, not much in front of him. Here's Saka on the right. Nice ball in behind for Lacazette to chase. But it just had that spin on it. It was just spinning away from Alexander Lacazette's run. And it took it into the arms of the goalkeeper, particularly once it bounced as well. Good idea, though, from Saka. Good movement from Lacazette as well. Looks like Slavia, though, in this first 9-10 minutes or so, they're going to have their fair share of the ball as well here. Not all going to be one-way traffic at the Emirates Stadium, contrary to what some people may have thought in the lead-up to this one. Jay Dubia says, have we got the Shaka thing out tonight? We have, mate. It's on the desk to my right. Long ball forward, headed forward by Boril. Here come Slavia on the attack with Abdallah Symeou, but the ball just got away from him. Ends up all the way back with their goalkeeper now, Andrei Kola. It's back with the Slavia goalkeeper. Not a great pace to this game in the early stages. Helped on by Oscar Dorley towards Abdallah Symeou, but Gabriel steps across him and ends up passing the ball back to Bernd Leno. Nice chip out to the right hand side, picks out Hector Bellerin, plays a ball a few yards inside to Thomas Partey. It's back with Rob Holding and then eventually back with Bernd Leno. Cautious approach from Arsenal in the early stages. How much of an impact on our confidence did that performance and result against Liverpool at the weekend lead to? Feels like a problem. Here is Holding at the back. Now it's with Gabriel into Willian. Takes a touch on the halfway line. Back to Holding. Holding with a long ball over the top. He's looking for Bukayo Saka, but he's completely misplaced that one. Don't forget, if you are watching us live at the moment, make sure you smash that like button on the video. It really, really does help. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. Approaching 13,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we'd love to get there sooner rather than later. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're new, If you're a freeloader just watching without subscribing, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you would like to go one further by becoming a member and supporting the channel, you can also do that by clicking on the link in the description. Big hello to Graham, who's joining us slightly late. Hope you're well. Jay says it's a messy, bitty start so far. We need to calm things down and establish some shape. We are looking very disjointed, as Steve says, but we've been comfortable up until now from a defensive standpoint. So it's not the end of the world. But here come Arsenal down the right-hand side with Bellerin to the right of the box. Delivers into the penalty area low. Cleared away by David Symeou. Partey's picked it up around about the halfway line. Plays it down the line to Saka. Does well to keep that in. Here's Smith Rowe. Looking for Xhaka, but he's given the ball away. Partey will step in and make a challenge to win the ball back for Arsenal. Here's Cedric at left back into Lacazette. Lays it off to Willian. Turns infield and picks out Granit Xhaka. Takes a touch with his right foot. Plays it square with his left. Now it's Holding. Bellerin trying to make a run in behind. Strayed slightly offside there though, Hector Bellerin, and Holding looks for a slightly different angled pass to find another teammate. Leno comes out and deals with the ball that was played in behind the Arsenal defence. Partey on it now. Back to Gabriel. Here is Gabriel once more. Around about the halfway line for the Gunners. Into Cedric, who plays the ball first time in behind the Slavia Prague defence. Not sure who the intended target was there, but nobody in an Arsenal shirt was anywhere near it. It's ended up with the goalkeeper, and he's got it back again. Paul says that you're not drinking the strawberry thing, are you? Harry may need to change that up, mate. I was drinking strawberry water yesterday on the Premier Sports Plays Champions League show. But no, not tonight. A cup of tea tonight. Much more ambitious of me. Here is Jan Borrell. Long ball from Slavia Prague to completely switch the play. And they've got a man over here on this right-hand side. It's to the right of the penalty area. It's delivered into the box. Headed away by Bellerin. Comes to a Slavia Prague player who fires towards goal. Just over Bernd Leno's goal from Lucas Provod. Just having another look at the situation. It was delivered in from the right-hand side. Bellerin got ahead to it. He had to because he had a striker in behind him. The ball fell to Provod on the edge of the box, but he kind of got caught in two minds between putting his laces through it and trying to place it. Bernd Leno's dive looked a little bit suspect to me. It looked like he was going in the opposite direction, but the ball's gone over the top of the crossbar anyway. And the first attempt at goal in this one between Arsenal and Slavia Prague in the UEFA Europa League quarter-final has come from Slavia Prague, and in particular, Lucas Provod. Here's Xhaka on the ball for Arsenal. Now it's with Holding just inside his own penalty area. Carries the ball slightly forward before playing it left to Gabriel, his central defensive colleague this evening. Plays a ball into that left-hand channel that Emil Smith Rowe will chase. Smith Rowe gets it, goes beyond his man, delivers into the box, left-footed, met by a Slavia Prague head. Goalkeeper just prevents it going up and over his crossbar for an Arsenal corner. But that's better from the Gunners, releasing Emil Smith Rowe on that left-hand side. I think it was David Symeou who got the head on it. Ball's now with the Slavia Prague goalkeeper. Ball played out to the right-hand side. Cushioned down. And then headed on by Symeou. But it ends up with Rob Holding. Just lifts it over Olejinka. Bellerin takes a touch. Plays it down the line to Saka. Wants a free kick, Bukayo Saka. And he's going to get one. Big hello to BX Gunner 81. Thank you for your kind words as well, mate. Really appreciate that. And I think Gooner, in response to your comment, I think Hector Bellerin did bloody dive. Bernd Leno did bloody dive past it. Certainly looked that way. Akshay says we need to improve fast, else we could even bloody lose. Our midfield does seem comparatively better though. Simple as, mate. There's one man in the team that wasn't in the team at the weekend. For all the stick he gets, he's vitally important to this Arsenal side. Like him or loathe him, whether you want to admit it or not, that is the reality. Here is Thomas Partey into Gabriel. Now Xhaka into Partey. Plays it square and finds Rob Holding. It's on the halfway line, Rob Holding, and he just plays it to his right for Bellerin. Goes back infield to Xhaka. It's back with Holding again. Slavia Prague happy for Arsenal to have the ball in this kind of area. But the minute we go into their half, the press begins. Holding chips one over the top looking for Saka, but again, it's the second time Rob Holding's misplaced one of those. Not exactly renowned for his distribution. That's why perhaps David Luiz is normally preferred, but of course David Luiz underwent surgery on that right knee of his at the weekend. It's unlikely to be available for a number of weeks. That's how the club have put it. Slavia Prague have a goal kick, which they're, as you can imagine, in absolutely no rush to take. 17.5 minutes on the clock here. A bit disappointed by what I've seen from Arsenal so far, but the main thing is we've been okay defensively. Has Mikel Arteta made the right call by leaving Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang out? Time will tell. It's a call I would have made. So you're not going to catch me digging him out for it. Slavia winning a throw-in around about the halfway line on the left-hand side thanks to Peter Olejinka's effort. It's going to be Jan Boril wearing the number 18 shirt and the captain's armband for Slavia Prague this evening. Emil Smith-Rowe looking for Cedric. Cedric does well to retrieve that, but you can just see he just looks a little bit awkward, Cedric, when he tries to come forward, and he has to just think twice and take an extra touch to bring the ball onto his stronger right foot. It's just so unnatural for a fullback when they're having to play on the wrong side. Here is Gabriel into Cedric. Nice ball down the line for Emil Smith-Rowe. Seems to have at least temporarily swapped positions with Willian. Certainly done more on the left than Willian has already. Getting forward twice now. Here he's Cedric on the left wing for Arsenal. Nice ball into Gabriel. Back to Cedric. Looks up, delivers into the box, but he'll end up in the arms of Ondrej Kola, the Slavia Prague goalkeeper. Around about 20 minutes gone in this one. Approaching the 20-minute mark. 0-0, goalless. Arsenal not offering a great deal in terms of attacking threat, but neither of Slavia Prague in these early exchanges. Here are the visitors in possession. There's Oscar Dorley. Goes back to his goalkeeper. He plays a short, risky pass into Nikolai Stanciu. Prague have the ball at right centre-back currently. Chipped forward. Headed on by Abdallah Symeou, but Lacazette was back there defending. It is absolutely a slow burner in response to Wesbird's comment. Thank you, Xander, for dealing with the spam in the chat. I was about to do it, but always great to know that you're on top of it, mate, and thank you for that, because it is difficult to do it during the watch along. Here comes Saka on the right hand side. He's inside the box, whips it across the penalty area, headed out towards the edge of the box. Partey would challenge for it. Holding eventually knocks it back towards the Slavia Prague penalty area, but the Czech side look to break away. Gabriel just cushions the ball back to Bernd Leno. He plays it left now to Cedric. Here come the visitors though. Their pass cut out by Thomas Partey, and he looks to pick out, not sure if his intended target was Saka or Lacazette there, but he found neither of them. Here is David Zima at the back. Plays it to his right hand side for Alexander Bar. Back with the Slavia goalkeeper. I know the watch along and the commentary probably seems a little bit dull at the moment, but that's a reflection of how the game's gone so far. It's been extremely dull. It's been played at a really slow pace. There's not a great deal of intensity. Arsenal haven't created anything. Nikolai Stanchew's down now on the ground, holding his head after a clash with Emil Smith-Rowe. Smith-Rowe had his arm out, but there was nothing malicious in that. Stanchew's back up and on his feet. The Romanian, really talented player he is. Just having a look at that attack from Arsenal just a moment ago when Saka did isolate Boril on the right hand side. He whipped one into the box, but it was met by a Slavia Prague head. Here is Thomas Holles. Sprays a ball out towards the right hand side, but it's over the top of the Slavia Prague man who'd ventured forward there. Cedric is going to take the resulting throw-in from the left-back position. Throws it down the line, looking for Lacazette. Cut out Willian, chests it down. Xhaka cushions it into Cedric. Xhaka back to Gabriel. Probably didn't want it there, Gabriel, but he does well to take a touch. And then play a nice ball over the top, down the left-hand side for Lacazette to chase. Lacazette lays it off to Willian, who was coming forward. And Willian's won Arsenal a free kick right down by the corner flag on the left-hand side. Just eased off the ball there by Alexander Ba. Just gives him a little shove. So Arsenal have a free kick in an almost identical position to what you'd have got from a corner. Probably 5 yards or so infield from the corner flag. Can they make it count? A couple of players standing over it at the moment. Willian and Saka. Will it be the right foot of the Brazilian or the left foot of the England international? Willian steps over it. Saka delivers in the outswinger. Gabriel gets ahead to it. Heads it down into the ground though. No chance of troubling the goalkeeper with that. Did really well, Gabriel, to pull away from his man. But the swing on the ball didn't help him there, you feel. Bounced down into the ground and ended up in the arms of Andre Kolar. Still with the Slavia Prague goalkeeper. Looks to pick out his teammate on the left-hand side. Holding stepped out of defence. Did really well to intercept it. Put in a decent-looking ball towards Lacazette. But Lacazette unable to reach it. Good from Rob Holding to read the pass and get there before anybody else. Aggressive play from the central defender. Nice to see that from Rob Holding, as long as it's done at the right time and in the right place. Nice ball in behind from Holding. Saka, can he keep this in? Cuts it back across the penalty area. Willian on the chest. Just got crowded out. The ball was a really difficult one to bring down for Willian there. Partey gives it away now, and Slavia Prague could potentially build a counter-attack. Granit Xhaka made a challenge, but the ball's deflected kindly for Ole Yinka. Puts a ball across the box and Holding's on hand to block it. Arsenal looking to play their way out of the defence now. Cedric stretching to get to that. He's fouled there by the Slavia Prague man. There's no doubt about the fact that that was a foul. It was Jakub Hromada who made the challenge. The pass to Cedric was just a little bit short, and he had to just get there ahead of his counterpart, who came sliding in. Again, not a particularly dangerous challenge, but a foul nonetheless. Make sure you smash that like button if you haven't done so already. Let's see where we're at. We've only got 61 likes on the board. Let's get at least 100 by half time. There's enough people watching. So there's no reason why we can't do it. Saka just showing again that he's capable of getting in behind that defence if he can be picked out. And Rob Holding did well that time to pick him out. Third time lucky for Holding, perhaps. He's got the gist of it now. Here's Gabriel. Now it's with Rob Holding. Back to Gabriel. "27 minutes pretty much on the clock here. Leno has it at his feet. Chips it forward. It's towards Saka, but he's beaten in the air there. Ball deflects kindly for Arsenal though, and away comes Thomas Partey driving forward. He's got 4 Arsenal players in support. Picks out Lacazette. He's just inside the box to the right. Gets a shot off Lacazette, but it's high and it's wide. Perhaps not the best option for Lacazette there. Perhaps he should have looked to pick out a teammate, but Arsenal broke away quickly. That's as much space as they've had in the opening exchanges of this one. He gets the ball, Lacazette, to the right, just inside the penalty area, shifts it out of his foot and swings his right boot at it rather wildly. You can see what he was trying to do. He's probably trying to hit that near post area, but Mikel Arteta visibly frustrated by that effort. Lewis Cooper says that Lacaz's got his boots on the wrong feet. Certainly looked that way, judging by where the hell that shot ended up. Here's Bellerin with a throw in at right back. Throws it short to Rob Holding. Here is Holding on the halfway line. Into Saka. Nice touch. Back to Holding. Steps into Slavia Prague's half and again plays a ball in behind. Bukayo Saka is inside Slavia Prague's penalty area here. Bukayo Saka's put it wide and he should have scored there, Bukayo Saka. That was a really, really good opportunity for the young Arsenal man. The flag's gone up for offside eventually. I know they're told to keep the flag down as long as possible. Let's have a look at the replay. No, he was well onside there, Bukayo Saka. Well onside. And that goal would have stood had Bukayo Saka found the back of the net. He's just tried to caress it with that left foot of his into that far corner. The goalkeeper came out to meet him and he was on the edge of the 6-yard box, Saka, by the time he took the shot. But it's wide of the post. It's a really, really bad miss from Bukayo Saka. You'd expect a player of that quality to do far better in that situation. As I say, the flag did go up, but it went up after the incident, as they're instructed to do. But upon review, the VAR would have seen there that Saka was well onside. So it is a chance that Arsenal have missed. It's a real good chance that's gone begging. Just in the last 10 minutes or so, Arsenal have just improved ever so slightly. Starting to take a bit more control of the game after a bit of a passive start. One thing I've spotted is the fact that the goalkeeper, Andre Kolar, just loves looking for Jan Borrell on the left-hand side with his passes out. That's something that Arsenal should have picked up on and should be looking to try and exploit. Because he's doing it often. He's looking for him. He's trying to pick him out. Similarly to Bernd Leno, I'm sure he's been instructed to play in a certain way. And Arsenal should be looking to put him under pressure and expose that. Here is Rob Holding at right centre-back for the Gunners. Into Lacazette. Nice turn. Finds Partey, who made a run beyond him. Flicks it on for Lacazette. Does well to keep it alive. Plays it square to Emile Smith-Rowe. Now it's with Willian on the left-hand side for Arsenal. Finds Cedric, who made the overlapping run down this left-hand side. Back to Willian. Into Gabriel. Arsenal squeezing Slavia Prague into their own half now. They've got every single player behind the ball. Bellerin in behind for Saka. Will retrieve this just short of the byline. On his stronger left foot. Lays it back off to Bellerin. Nice combination play between the two here. Partey turns away from his man. Finds Xhaka into Laka's feet. Flick on towards Willian. Cut out. Slavia Prague with the opportunity to potentially break here. It's with Abdallah Sima, but really good work from Granit Xhaka, who got back, hassled him, harried him and won the ball back for the Gunners. And now Bellerin will bring it forward down the right hand side. He's got Saka on the outside of him. Lays it off to the England international. Whips one in left-footed towards the far post. Well out of Alexander Lacazette's reach and ends up in the goalkeeper's arms. But, you know, we can talk about Mikel Arteta and we can talk about how he's not doing very well and how the team is struggling. But when your players are missing gilt-edge opportunities like that, it's a problem, isn't it? Some bad news as well from the game between Granada and Manchester United. Manchester United have taken the lead through Marcus Rashford. So obviously disappointing news there. Not that I expected them to get knocked out by Granada, but it would be nice, wouldn't it? It's an away goal for United. Xhaka down on the ground at the moment after a clash of heads with Alexander Barr. Both players going up for an aerial challenge. Xhaka's back up on his feet. He's been unwell over the last few days. Arsenal take the free kick short. Willian finds Rob Holding. Into Partey. Arsenal have improved in the last few minutes. They really have. Here's Partey on the halfway line. Nice ball out towards the right, but it was cut out by Jan Borrell. Partey coming across the pitch to win it back though and prevent the counter-attack. Lots of you asking about the Xhaka figurine this evening. Yes, I do have it, don't worry. All good in that department. Here is Olayinka on the left for Slavia Prague. Good work from Abdallah Symeou to pick out Hromada. Tries to pick out a colleague in the penalty area, but again Partey's back. Partey's been pretty mobile in the early stages of this game, and you haven't been able to say that about him for a while, but he's covered a fair amount of ground today, and I think we're seeing something closer to the Thomas Partey that we thought we signed. Arsenal win a free kick on the halfway line against David Zima, who just controlled the ball with his hand. He was shoved ever so slightly by Alexander Lacazette, which maybe led to his body position being a little bit strange, but it's a handball nonetheless, and Arsenal take the free kick quickly. Willian looks to chip one over the top. Saka just eased his opponent off of the ball there, and he's adjudged to have committed a foul. I think the Slavia Prague captain's made a meal out of that because he knows that he got that wrong. Bukayo Saka was in behind. Andre Koller will take the resulting free kick, plays it short. Now it's with Thomas Holles at the back. Goalkeeper receives it once more. Honestly, watching a Czech side with a goalkeeper wearing a head thing, it looks like I'm watching Peter Cech, genuinely. Here he is again, the Slavia Prague goalkeeper. Smashes one out towards the right-hand side, looking for his teammate Alexander Barr. Heads it on. Barr will get a second attempt at it. Symeou cushions it down, and Slavia Prague are coming forward here. Ball might break kindly for Olayinka here. Gets a shot away from the edge of the box. It's a comfortable save from Bernd Leno, not troubling him. Just shifted it onto his left foot, Olayinka. Didn't make a clean contact with the shot. Bernd Leno able to just get his body behind it and gather with ease. Here's Gabriel. Ball forward towards Emil Smith-Rowe, met by a Slavia Prague head. Arsenal have a throw-in in the left-back position. Around about 10 minutes to go until half-time. Arsenal 0, Slavia Prague 0. It's not been a great Arsenal performance. But there was a spell around about 10 minutes ago where we looked like we were starting to cut through Slavia Prague, but they just seem to have regrouped and settled down a little bit. This team are no mugs. They really aren't. Arsenal's confidence is fragile as well. You need to take that into consideration too. Without Martin Odegaard as well, who's really set the tone in those forward areas of late. it's a problem. Here is Xhaka. Nice ball out to Bellerin on the right. Arsenal looking to break. Here's Bukayo Saka. He's inside their penalty area. Cuts inside onto the left foot. Bukayo Saka brought down around about the edge of the D. It's an Arsenal free kick. It was Hromada who made the challenge. Apologies, it was Lucas Pravod. Saka was just cutting inside. Didn't look like he was going anywhere, to be fair, and he looked like he was about to be crowded out. So he's done well to even win the free kick. Opportunity for Arsenal to test Ondrej Kolar in the Slavia Prague goal. Alex says that's one for Xhaka. Yeah, I agree with you. From that position, it suits a left footer. Down to the ground, you'd think. He, Lacazette and Willian are all over it. Surely it's going to be Granit Xhaka from here. He'd be my choice anyway. Wait, let me grab the figurine. Here we go. In Granit we trust. Deliver the business. Willian's moved away. Xhaka and Lacazette are standing over it. 38 minutes on the clock. Lacazette hits it straight into the wall. So disappointing. Xhaka heads it to the right. Arsenal keep it alive. Saka puts into the box. It'll go all the way through everybody. And Cedric will retrieve it to the left of the penalty area. Can he keep this alive? Chips one into the box. Rob Holding rises and gets a header towards goal. And it's just tipped over the crossbar by Ondrej Kolar at full stretch. Really good work from Cedric to keep that alive after the attack looked as if it died. Holding does really well to rise above his man and guide that header towards goal. You can't really blame Rob Holding. He's done everything right there. But it's a really, really good save from Ondrej Kolar. It's going to be an Arsenal corner. Willian is going to take it from the right-hand side. In comes the outswinger. Oh, Emil Smith Rowe just can't get it under control on the edge of the box. And now Slavia could potentially break. No, they can't because Bellerin has broken up the attack. They'll get another bite at the cherry though. No, yep, they will because apparently they've got a throw-in on the right-hand side. Good ball in from Saka. Was just behind Holding and Gabriel on the initial delivery. Cedric kept it alive and picked out Holding brilliantly. Wasn't much power on the cross from Cedric though, so Holding having to generate the power himself, having to hang in the air as well. Did really, really well there to get that effort off. But unfortunately for us, Ondrej Kolar was equal to the effort. It's been a goal in the game between Ajax and Roma as well. Davy Klaassen has scored for Ajax, so they lead in Amsterdam by 1-0. Gooner says he's got Holding at first goal for the first goal at 50-1. That is some shout, mate. I hope it comes off for you. Here is Gabriel on the halfway line. Finds Holding. Knocks it out towards the right-hand side, towards Saka. Saka will chase it. Can he keep it on? No. It's gone out for a throw-in. Slavia Prague throw-in on the left-hand side, in line with the edge of their penalty area. Been a difficult watch this, hasn't it? 56% possession in Arsenal's favour. Really, when you think about it, should have had a couple by now, or at least one. That Bukayo Saka chance was an unforgivable miss. He's done that a lot this season, Bukayo Saka, you know. Gone through and gone, wasted really good opportunities. I know he's young and I know he's been good overall. But he's, you know, if he wants to take his game, and I'm not saying he isn't a top level player, but if he wants to take his game to the top level, if he wants to be spoken about, you know, with some of the other top wingers in world football, then he's got to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal. It's just something that's let him down, I would argue, this season. "42 minutes on the clock. Arsenal 0, Slavia Prague 0. As I mentioned, Bukayo Saka with the best chance of the game. Rob Holding going close too. Wesbird says that was a really telling sigh, and also asked a little bit earlier on if Mrs. Harry watches football. Nope, she don't. She can't stand the bloody thing. She'll watch a game from time to time if I'm watching it in the living room, but I prefer to come to my man cave and get some peace and quiet when there's a game of football that I really want to watch. Here come Arsenal on the attack. Xhaka heads the ball forward. Emil Smith-Rowe does well to bring it under his spell. Finds Willian on the left. Ball in field to Saka. Just lays it off to Xhaka and he goes to switch the play. Rob Holding will pick it up on the halfway line. In field. Finds Xhaka. Can Arsenal find or fashion, create one more opportunity between now and the end of the half? Here's Saka inside the box. Saka looks to cut it across the penalty area. Cut out. It's going to be another Arsenal corner. This time it was Jan Borrell getting back. Thomas Collingwood has called my crowd effects white noise. That's what it is, mate. Good defending there by Jan Borrell. It's another corner for the Gunners. Our second of the game. Willian takes it. In it comes. Met by the head of Borrell. Only as far as Partey, who retrieves it and turns into Saka. Just tried to find Willian, but the pair weren't quite on the same wavelength. It's been a goal in the game between Dinamo Zagreb and Villarreal as well. Gerard Moreno. One of Villarreal's standout players this season from what I've heard and read. Has put Unai Emery's side ahead in the away leg. So we could, if we do progress, face a real prospect of coming up against Unai Emery in the next round. God, that's not something I would look forward to, I've got to be honest. Partey goes down. He wins a free kick around about the halfway line on the right hand side. Just given a nudge there by Nikolai Stanciu. Willian infield to Xhaka. It's back with Gabriel at centre half. Ball into Lacazette, who just dropped deep there to get involved in the play. Xhaka plays it square to Partey, and Partey's been dispossessed on the halfway line by Stanciu. Arsenal in the right shape though to prevent Slavia progressing forward, and they've got the ball now in the centre of midfield. Here is Lucas Prova, ball in behind Hector Bellerin, but Bellerin kept running back and did well. Knew exactly where Oscar Dorley was to shepherd the ball back to the goalkeeper. The half-time whistle's gone here at the Emirates Stadium. It's 0-0. Bukayo Saka with the best chance of the game. There's no getting away from that. Arsenal should be leading in this one, but they're not. They'll be very, very frustrated by the fact that they've had a couple of opportunities. They've gone close on a couple of occasions, but still have been unable to find that breakthrough. Slavia Prague haven't offered a great deal as an attacking force. They've been pretty solid for the most part. They're making it difficult for Arsenal. A stubborn opponent as we pretty much expected them to be. But let's have your half-time thoughts. What did you make of that first period? What would you rate that first half performance out of 10? Let me know in the live chat. Any questions you have, also get them in the live chat. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 13,000 on the YouTube channel, and I want to get there as soon as possible. So please, if you haven't done so already, subscribe. If you want to become a member, click on the link in the description. And just while you get those ratings and those questions in the chat, I'm just going to give you guys a quick reminder of the fact that this stream is sponsored by the brand new football predictor game Le Bomb. I'm going head to head this weekend with some of YouTube's most recognisable faces. I'm taking on Rory Jennings, Elliot Hackney and Adam McCullough and Boovy, and it's betting against your mates, not against the bookmaker. We're each putting a tenner in and the winner takes all, but most importantly the winner gets the bragging rights. For this weekend I've gone for a 3-1 Arsenal win at Sheffield United. Let me know if you think that's brave or stupid. And with the Le Bon app, the leadership board updates regularly and live with each goal that goes in. So looking forward to seeing that and enjoying that and enjoying the ups and downs of it, really. That's Le Bon, the new football predictor game. You must be a UK resident or 18 and over to play. Please do click on the link in the description and download the app if you haven't done so already. Right, let's see what you guys are saying in the live chat box. What did you make of that first half performance? Let's have a look in terms of your ratings. Ace has given it a 0 out of 10. Junior Gunner's given it a 3. Peanut Butter Jelly has gone -10. Masters Weekend says, I feel a 1-0 devastating loss incoming, Harry. Keir Ellis has gone 4 out of 10. AK Gunner 0 out of 10. Junior Gunner says, these players have no bollocks. Steve Stone has gone with a 5. Archangel says, well, that's 45 minutes of my life I'll never get back. I feel like that as well, mate, if it makes you feel any better. Gooner says, more boring football from Arteta. Asa says, the same as the number of shots we had on target. Matt G says, Arteta looks angry. I'm glad. Hope he gives it to them at the break. Sam says, we've been in control. We've just not been clinical enough. And he's gone with a 4 out of 5 out of 10. Westbird says, just basing that on the commentary only, as I can't watch it. So I'll tell you what, I'll give you a rating and you can use that. I would give it a 4 out of 10. I'll explain my reasons why. 4 because it's obviously below average. 5 would be the average, right? But it's been below average, but equally we've not offered or we've not allowed Slavia Prague to really control the game. The best 2 chances so far have fallen our way. We should have done better. We should have taken them. We haven't. And we might pay for that later on. Fingers crossed we don't. But yeah, anything below a 4 I think is a little bit harsh, but it is boring. It's been a dull watch. There's no getting away from that. I've really struggled to try and make this watch along as entertaining as I possibly can. But my God, it's difficult, isn't it? Let's see what else you guys are saying. Nishith says, I think we were comfortable first half, poor in the final third. Slavia had 75% possession with their goalkeeper in the box. It's true. Steve Stone says, too slow again. We've got to have the confidence to zip the ball around quicker to break the lines. What else have we got here? Gooner says, would you make any changes at half time, Harry? Probably not. I feel like making changes at half time is always a little bit rash, so I wouldn't do it just yet. Maybe around about the 60th minute, depending if things change or not. Mr. Tesh says Leno slows the game down so much. What else have we got? Zebic goes 2 out of 10. This is just because Slavia didn't score yet. Fourth Hype TMT is a Slavia fan by the looks of it and says, let's go Slavia. Hello from the Czech Republic to all win for the better team. I would wish you luck, mate, but I really wouldn't mean it. But regardless of that, welcome to the stream. Delighted to have you on board, regardless of who you support, even if it isn't the mighty Arsenal. Let's see what else you guys are saying in the comments section. I'm just moving the mic back with me so that I can sit back a little bit during half time. After my neck's gone. Didn't really think this through. Leaning forward to read the comments on the laptop. What else have we got? Java Gamer says, hey Harry, who would you suggest to come on in the second half? I wouldn't make any changes just yet. I'm not a massive fan of half-time changes, if I'm honest. So I wouldn't make any of them at this moment in time. Let's see what else we've got. We'll just turn off the crowd effects while it's half-time. It's doing my head in. Guillermo Dennis says that Rob Holding's been the best player of the half. She hasn't been bad, Rob Holding. Misplaced a couple of passes earlier on in the first period, but he's done okay since then, I would say. Shiro says, from a big Xhaka critic, quality performance from him. It has been indeed. What else have we got? Peanut butter jelly time. I always laugh when I see that name. Love it. Says their keeper looks dodge. We should take advantage of that by pressing. And Mr. Tesh says, are we still winning the Europa League? And if so, certainly not with this team. Well, yeah, it's been interesting. It's been interesting, and I know they're talking about it on BT Sport now, but they're talking about Slavia Prague's high line, and they have played a high line at times at certain periods in the game. And Saka's been able to get in behind. Lacazette's done it on a couple of occasions as well, which we should take encouragement from. But you've got to take those opportunities, right? If you don't take those opportunities, it means absolutely nothing. So I'm a bit disappointed that we haven't taken those opportunities just yet. But fingers crossed we can do so in the second period. Any other questions? Anything you want to ask? It can be this match or anything else related. Whatever you want, get the questions into the chat box. And we'll discuss those for the remainder of the halftime break. Just a quick reminder, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't done so already. It really, really does help the channel. Big hello to the Mongoose. He says, quality commentary, Harry. Thank you. Driving to work in Brisbane, Australia. I hope you have a great day at work, mate. Hopefully Arsenal don't mess it up for you too much. What else have we got here? Mr. Tesh says their goalie looks like Batman. Paul says no one has any interest, and this is a quarter-final. He says, God help us in the league. The league is a write-off, mate. Arsenal in the league is a myth now. Forget about it. It would feel very much like we're just trying to squeeze through the remainder of the season without doing any damage that could potentially cost us in this competition. I know it's sad to say, and it's a shame to be in that position at this stage in the season, but I genuinely do feel that's the way it's going to be. Our Premier League campaign is likely to just fizzle out now. What else we got in the chat? Paul Singh says, Harry, did you watch that Bayern PSG game? Yeah, what an absolute cracker that was. I really enjoyed Real Madrid and Liverpool the night before that as well. I really love the Champions League. It's been, in a season where there's been obviously too much football, it's been draining. Some of it's been really shit to watch. The Champions League's been a real breath of fresh air, I think, because we've still seen some really good games, some really good football, and let's just look forward to the next round of the Champions League, because for me, and I've got to be honest, listen, I love football. It's what I do. It's my livelihood nowadays. It's everything to me. But I have struggled at times this season to stay engaged with it because of the quality of the game being so poor. So when you see a game like that one between PSG and Bayern Munich, or a game like the one between Real Madrid and Liverpool, you do take a lot of pleasure from that, don't you? Let me adjust this seating position a little bit, because my God, my back has gone. Sorry for the wobbles on the screen. What else have we got? Samyak says Bayern PSG was a dream. So many world-class players on that pitch. There really were, and there were so many missing as well. Particularly Robert Lewandowski, who I think would have seen Bayern Munich add a couple of more goals and maybe give them a far better result than what they ended up with. But I still wouldn't write Bayern Munich out. They were that good a side. I would not be writing them out of this one. Shiro says there are 5 subs. Use them. So I'm assuming you want to see Mikel Arteta make some changes during the break. I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I'd be surprised if he makes changes at this stage in the half, or at this stage in the game. I'm not sure what I would do as well. It's very easy as fans, isn't it, to go make substitutions. Come on, we need to make substitutions. But what are the substitutions that you would make at this point? Me personally, I don't think I'd do any. I think I'd hold on another 10 minutes or so, have a look at how the second half starts once they've had a bit of a bollocking, and let's see what he decides to do. But if it were me personally, I don't think I would make changes. But, I understand why some people maybe want to see some. Eamon O'Donnell's also driving to work in Darwin, Australia. Big hello to you, mate. Hope you're good. Titus says, do you think there will be both teams to score? Is that what you're asking? I hope not. I hope not. I really don't want to see us concede an away goal. I think that would be a massive blow. But having said that, you know, we go on about the away goals a lot, right? And it obviously is a thing. But would you rule out Arsenal from scoring in Prague? I wouldn't. So if we do concede one, obviously it's not ideal and it's not good and it's not something I want to happen. But I'm not going to lose my shit. You know, this is a two-legged tie. And there's plenty of time to go in it. So, you know, even if we're talking as if we're losing, but we're not, right? So let's be a little bit more positive. T-Dog says, Arsenal CL, your thoughts, Harry? Do you mean how would Arsenal fare in the CL? Well, we're a million miles off that fucking level at the moment, aren't we? Excuse my language. We're just so bad, so average. And, you know, I don't think we'd stand a chance of competing in the competition. But the issue is that the money it brings is obviously huge. And that, for the club, would be significant. If we want to see Arsenal go out and bring top players to the club, we're going to need Arsenal to be able to spend big money and compete with the best clubs and the biggest clubs in the transfer market. And the only way you do that is by spending money. And Arsenal simply don't have that money right now. So Champions League qualification isn't going to put us in a position, I think, where we're going to, you know, it's not like I'm going to be like, great, we're back in the Champions League and now we're going to go on and win it. No, absolutely not. But what it would do is it would just enable us to be a little bit more competitive in the transfer market and to probably address some of the issues that we have in our squad, because we'd have the funds to do it, quite simply. So that's what the benefit for me of Arsenal, you know, getting back into the UEFA Champions League, rather than it being about a football argument or the fact that we're going to or the fact that we're basically going to, you know, compete in the competition. I don't think we would. Yeah, Sam sums that up. We'd be embarrassed in the CL, but we're desperate for the CL money. It's exactly how I feel. Eamon says, we need this talk about all your eggs in one basket. Love the watch along, Harry. Just getting to work. Thank you very much, mate. I hope you have a good day at work. Hope Arsenal don't contribute to you having a shit one. I know I'll have a shit one tomorrow if Arsenal don't get a positive result. I hate working, covering the game the day after, you know, a bad performance. And contrary to what people think, because a lot of people think that when you work in this industry or when you're running a podcast or a channel or whatever, that we benefit from Arsenal being bad. I don't get any, you know, more views or more listens or more downloads when Arsenal don't perform. So for me, obviously I prefer Arsenal to win the game and to be able to put together a podcast and a show about a good performance. Slavia Prague are actually making a change at halftime. They've taken off Jakub Hromada and they've brought on Petr Sevcik, who will wear the number 23 shirt. He's going to come on, I think, in the midfield. I don't know a great deal about him, but I'd imagine it's a like-for-like change in terms of a midfielder for a midfielder. Let's just have a look where he lines up. No changes for Arsenal. As I said, as expected, no changes at all from Mikel Arteta. And I didn't expect him to make any, to be honest. We're about to get underway in the second half here. There we go. Back underway. Arsenal kick off, attacking from right to left this time around. Cedric heads the ball forward. It's going to be a Slavia Prague free kick just to the right of their penalty area. Oh, I've just seen that Peter Drury's the commentator on BT Sport. I love Peter Drury. Missing out. I have to watch it back. Well, when I watch it back tomorrow, I can enjoy his commentary. It's going to be a free kick, as I say, just to the right of Slavia Prague's penalty area. The goalkeeper, Ondrej Kola, takes it. Here's Xhaka, now Partey. Cedric to Rob Holding. Plays it to the right back, Hector Bellerin. Thinks about playing it down the line towards Bukayo Saka. It's now with Partey. Just guides it back to Bernd Leno. He chips one out towards the left back. Cedric. It's a really bad pass that from Bernd Leno. There's no getting away from that. Paul Singh says Peter the GOAT. He absolutely is. T-Dog says he's his favourite commentator too. And he says he's good. It's just a shame about McManaman. Yeah, double that. In comes a ball from Slavia Prague. Bellerin getting there after Peter Olejinka just flicked it on at the near post. Saka plays it down the line. Bellerin will retrieve it. Lays it off to Saka. He'll bring the ball away for the Gunners. Coming down at the right-hand side. He's got Bellerin on the outside of him. Lovely 1-2 between the two. Saka looking to use his pace to get him behind. Goes down in the penalty area. Bukayo Saka. What's been given here? I think he's given a yellow card to the Slavia Prague man for a foul just outside the box, I think. Yeah, I think it does occur just outside the box. That's right. I thought we might have had a penalty there. Just a pull back on Bukayo Saka's shoulder. The initial foul occurring, I think, just outside the penalty area. That's how I would have judged it. Yellow card's been shown to the Slavia Prague number 6, David Symeou. And it is a free kick for Arsenal right on the edge of the box. But good work, good combination play between Saka and Bellerin down the right-hand side. The Arsenal players wanted a penalty. But I think having seen the replay, taking my Arsenal hat off for a minute, the decision to award the free kick right on the edge of the box was the right one. Xhaka is over it. So is Willian. Remember, Lacazette made a mess of the last one. Will Granit Xhaka get a chance? It's almost a little bit too close, this one, isn't it? These ones are a little bit more difficult because you've got to get the ball up and down over the wall. But the Xhaka figurine is with me. Can he deliver? That's what we've resorted to, this. 48 minutes on the clock here. Chance for Arsenal, perhaps, to take the lead against Slavia Prague in this UEFA Europa League quarter-final. Willian takes it. Oh, it's off the post. Desperately unlucky for Willian. He tried to catch the goalkeeper out at his near post. Whipped it around the outside of the wall. Really good effort from the Brazilian. Comes off at the outside of Andre Collar's post. That's a let-off for Slavia Prague. Decent effort from Willian. Unlucky not to open the scoring for the Gunners. Surely, as T-Dog says, Xhaka's going to get an opportunity to take the next one. He's allowed somebody else to step up twice so far. Here is Bellerin, deep inside Slavia Prague's half here. Nice ball into Partey. Dispossessed though in the midfield, and Slavia Prague break forward here down the left-hand side with Nikolai Stanciu. Tries to find Olejinka. Across comes Gabriel, and he ends up conceding a corner. Bernd Leno sort of suggesting that that Gabriel should have let the ball run. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't bloody trust Bernd Leno either. I'd have put it out too. It's going to be a Slavia Prague corner. Bernd Leno wasn't close enough to it for me to be calling the way he did. I think Gabriel made the right decision to put the ball out into touch. It's a corner for Slavia from their left-hand side. Arsenal's right. I agree with Lewis there. He says, Lewis Cooper says it didn't look like Leno wanted that. It really didn't, did it? And there he is screaming for it. Stanciu from the edge of the box. Shot blocked by Cedric. Still alive on the right-hand side here for Alexander Barr. Trying to win a corner for Slavia. Does really well to keep the ball alive. They're still on the attack here. Good header away from Thomas Partey. Stanciu dispossessed by holding on the edge of the box. Ball chipped back into the Arsenal penalty area. And Gabriel heads it away. Willian tried to get it under control, but he's conceded a throw-in on the left-hand side. "50 minutes on the clock. Slavia Prague with a throw on the left, deep inside Arsenal's half. Willian's won a free kick, rather cleverly, using his experience there to draw a foul from Jan Borro. Arsenal take it quickly and put themselves under pressure. Cedric's got it at left back. He lays it off to Gabriel, who smashes it up the line. I think the ball's going to go out for a throw-in. It is. It's going to be a Slavia Prague throw-in. And Alexander Lacazette is literally asking his teammates to just calm down when they get possession. Dominic says that statue is a baller. He absolutely is. I've seen him a couple of times. Seen him play for Romania on a couple of occasions as well. Don't ask me why I was watching Romania, but I was. Ball played forward by Slavia Prague towards Abdallah Symeou. Gabriel goes down off the back of the aerial duel between the two. Just awaiting a replay. See exactly what occurred there. But Gabriel's down on the ground. He's in some discomfort. Just having another look. Abdallah Symeou just steps on Gabriel's ankle by the looks of it. Can't quite see it in that second replay, but the first one showed it. Gabriel's down on the ground. It doesn't look like a muscular problem, which is obviously a positive. Fingers crossed it's something he could just shake off. Receiving treatment. Cedric and Granit Xhaka are in close proximity, awaiting to find out the prognosis. Pablo Mari is warming up though on the sidelines. Should he be called upon? I wouldn't be too upset if he come on, because as I pointed out earlier today, he's the player I'd have picked. But I just wonder if that catch on Gabriel's ankle has done a little bit more damage than initially meets the eye. He's up on his feet, he's hobbling. Good news that he's up on his feet, obviously. I think he'll be okay. Don't forget, hit the like button if you haven't already. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you want to become a member and support me to bring you more Arsenal content as well as gain access to our members only stuff, then please do so by clicking the link in the description. There's Saka back to Rob Holding. Yep, 5 subs in Europe for those of you asking in the chat. Arsenal playing around with the ball at the back. Leno looked a little bit uncomfortable there, but he's found Holding, who smashes it forward towards Lacazette, but it's won by Slavia Prague head. Saka sharp, picks it up. Partey does really well as well to pick it up here. He's got Saka on the outside of him. Thomas Partey goes in field and then turns back and passes it straight to a Slavia Prague player. Not sure what was going through his head there. Thomas Partey did so well initially. Probably should have used Saka on the outside of him. Tried to drift infield alone and ended up passing it straight to Lucas Pravod. Strange decision that from Thomas Partey. Really, really was. Ball's gone out for an Arsenal goal kick after Alexander Barr just knocked the ball on a little bit too far forward. Not sure what he was doing in that position, to be honest. He seems to be playing at right back. But ventured forward there. Here's Emil Smith-Rowe. Nice. Lacazette. Now Saka on the right-hand side. He's approaching Slavia Prague's penalty area. He's inside it. Looks for a ball towards the far post. It's such a bad delivery from Bukayo Saka. He's got options and he's put in a terrible delivery towards the far post. Willian's kept it alive on the left-hand side. Now it's with Cedric. Back to Willian. But Arsenal have got Bukayo Saka into some really good positions tonight and he's wasted them. Ball into the box from Willian. Headed away by Oscar Dorley. And now Slavia look to play the ball forward. Here's Abdallah Symeou. Gabriel does well. Just puts his body in the way and barges him off the ball. Here's Cedric on the left. Into Xhaka to Emil Smith-Rowe. Nice touch to Willian. Cushions it into Cedric. Now it's with Xhaka again. Goes back to Gabriel. He goes back to Bernd Leno. My God, with Leno out of the picture there. It looked as though that pass was a little bit short, but fortunately Leno had pushed right up. Here's Bellerin into Lacazette. Lovely ball round the corner, trying to pick out Bukayo Saka, but the pass was overhit. Just having a look at that again. Saka's inside the box. Emil Smith-Rowe's darted towards the near post. There isn't really a clear candidate to pick out at the far post, and he wastes the pass. And you can see the disappointment on Arteta's face, because Bukayo Saka's been extremely wasteful tonight. For all the plaudits that he gets, and he deserves most of them. You know, I'm not saying he doesn't. But on tonight's display, he has been so wasteful. Not just today. I can think of a couple of games recently where he's been the same. It's a bit of a worry as Partey looks to chip one in behind to pick out Saka, but across comes David Symeou. And Slavia Prague work it well. Here's Nikolai Stanciu under pressure in midfield from Partey and Lacazette. Here is Bar. Ball in field. Ends up again with the Slavia Prague goalkeeper. She gives Emil Smith-Rowe a dummy and moves the ball away from him. Slavia Prague still in possession here. Deep inside their own half though. It's not ideal. Arsenal pushing forward, trying to press them. The press has been a little bit better, but they've beaten the press this time around, and they've got a man over on the left-hand side. Slavia Prague, they're inside the Arsenal penalty area. Shot, saved by Bernd Leno. That was a let-off. Jan Borrell got forward down the left-hand side. Slavia Prague had a man over. He takes a touch. The ball just enters the penalty area. Goes to drive it across the goal. Actually, Hector Bellerin sliding across. Gets a vital touch on that. And just deflects it into the body of Bernd Leno, who almost got caught out because he dived towards the far post. It's been a fairly comfortable evening from a defensive standpoint. That was the first time really that we've been in major trouble. But Slavia just managing to beat the press on that occasion and ended up with a man over on the left-hand side. Here is Oscar Dorley. Thomas says, why does Saka not play in Cedric's place? Cedric for Bellerin on the right. Arteta is shit, cowardly, and has no bearing. He should be Secretary of Defence in Spain. That's the way he sets up Arsenal. Ole Yinka penalised there. Arsenal take the free kick quickly. Here's Saka on the right. Just bullied off the ball there. Turns away from his man this time around. Nice touch as well to get away from Oscar Dorley. Saka's coming forward. He's got Lacazette ahead of him. Plays it square for Emil Smith-Rowe. The pass was overhit, but Cedric was on the outside and picked it up. Cedric on the byline now. Left-footed across the box. Headed clear at the near post by Thomas Holles. It's going to be an Arsenal throw-in on the left-hand side. Here's Willian. Looks to go beyond his man. Checks back inside onto that stronger right side. Finds Cedric. He looks up. Delivers into the box towards Lacazette. Heads it away from the Slavia Prague goal, strangely. Partey picks it up in midfield, though, for Arsenal and plays it square to Bellerin. Holding into Laka. Holds off his man. Now it's with Xhaka. Oh, tried to pick out Willian. He just tried to thread the ball in between a couple of players. Gabriel back to Leno. Here is Thomas Holles. And Slavia thought they had a free kick, but referee not having any of it after the challenge from Willian. But Willian's given the ball away after initially having done so well. Here is Alexander Bar. Been an equaliser in Amsterdam. Roma back on level terms through Lorenzo Pellegrini. So 1-1 in that game. Around about the 60th minute mark now, you probably think Mikel Arteta would have had a long enough period in this second half to decide whether he is going to make any changes. Roy asks if there's anyone warming up on the sidelines. I can only see the pictures that you guys see, unfortunately. This is what I hate about doing commentaries not being at the game. It's been a feature all season for me. I've done so many for VSIN, of course, via the studio, and it's just not quite the same because you don't have that 360 view of the stadium to spot things going on that you wouldn't spot by watching it on TV, and that therefore that advantage is taken away. Here's Stanciu on the corner of Arsenal's penalty area. Slavia Prague in possession. Symeou, lovely little give and go. Finds Olejinka. Slavia Prague threatening here. Everybody in an Arsenal shirt is behind the ball as they look to defend their own goal. Oh, really well done by Lacazette to dispossess Slavia Prague's defender right on the halfway line. He's racing through on goal here. Alexander Lacazette, and he's hit the corner of the crossbar and post. Oh my word. Alexander Lacazette did all the hard work. He dispossessed his opponent on the halfway line. Wonderful pressing work from the Frenchman. He drove all the way through completely unchallenged towards the Slavia Prague goal, and when he got into the position to finish it, he opened up his right foot, tried to guide it into the top corner, and it's hit the corner of the crossbar and the post. Desperately unlucky from Alexander Lacazette. Well, it depends what way you want to look at it. Is it unlucky or is it bad finishing? That should have been a nailed on goal. Arsenal should have had 2 at minimum by now, and are we going to live to regret that? Here comes Slavia Prague on the attack now with Symeou trying to feed Olejinka in behind. What a chance that was. All of Alexander Lacazette's own making. But having got into the position, he just couldn't finish it. He knew, you can see it on his face, he knew from the minute it left his foot that it wasn't going in. Not sure why he's tried to overcomplicate the finish so much, if I'm honest. Keep it low. Just slide it past the goalkeeper and it's in the back of the net. Really, really frustrating moment that for the Gunners. Here's Cedric. Picks out Willian on the left. One-on-one with the Slavia Prague fullback. He's got a second player on him now. Does well to find Cedric though. Whips it in left-footed towards Lacazette. Headed clear. Picked up on the edge of the box by Granit Xhaka. Plays it right to Bellerin. Into Lacazette. Now it's with Xhaka again. Ball out to the left. Willian will take it down on his chest. He's just to the left of the penalty area. Whips it in left-footed. Cut out at the near post. It's going to be an Arsenal throw-in on the left-hand side. Oh, really, really bad miss that from Alexander Lacazette. There's no getting away from it. You know, on the one hand, you want to praise him for winning the ball the way he did, showing the kind of aggression that he did in that area. And you know what? Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang certainly wouldn't have done that, but I'll tell you something, he might have finished the chance had it been him bearing down on the Slavia Prague goal. All ifs, all buts, as Emil Smith-Rowe looks to play it forward. His pass is cut out, and Slavia Prague pick up the ball. Smith-Rowe's just faded away, hasn't he, a little bit in this second half. Looks tired. It's a problem, man. He never seems to stay at the top of his game for more than 60 odd minutes. Slavia in possession just inside Arsenal's half. Here is Alexander Bar. Into Abdallah. Gabriel steps in to win the ball back. Slavia Prague have been brave in this half. They've pushed further up the pitch. They're trying to score a goal, clearly. It's allowing us to break on them quite frequently. Here's Saka on the right-hand side, on the corner of the box. Just plays it back to Xhaka. He picks out Cedric on the left. Infield to Partey's on the edge of the box. Into Saka. He's just inside it. On the right-hand side. Goes by his man. Whips it across the box. And again, Lacazette spurns a good opportunity. Admittedly, this one was a lot more difficult on the stretch with his weaker left foot. But Saka did so well to just breeze past his man. Whipped it across the 6-yard box. Goalkeeper nowhere to be seen. And Lacazette on the stretch just can't set his body right to guide it on target. It's another really, really good opportunity that Arsenal have wasted. Wonder how much of a part that miss just a couple of moments ago played on Alexander Lacazette there. Desperately frustrating from the Gunners. Andre Koller with a long clearance for Slavia Prague. Cedric picks it up on the halfway line. Into Willian. He's had a good half, Willian. It's been lively. That's a bad pass though to Hector Bellerin. It's gone out for a Slavia Prague throw-in. Are we going to see Mikel Arteta make a change? The second half performance has been okay. I haven't got an issue with the performance. It's been our ability or lack of to finish in front of goal. But this is, you know, Alex sums this up perfectly in the chat. When people talk about, you know, Mikel Arteta, they'll slag him off and they'll say, oh, you know, well, you know, we didn't win tonight. If we don't win, they'll say, you know, we didn't win tonight and Mikel Arteta is to blame. But ultimately, I mean, he's set up a team in a way where they've conceded nothing major in terms of chances, and they've created a number of really good opportunities. They just haven't taken them. They just simply haven't taken them. And I'm not sure how much of an influence he can have on that. Here is Oscar at the back. Just plays it back to his goalkeeper, shifts the ball out of his feet and then plays a long ball forward towards Abdallah Symeou. Holding just guides it back to Leno under a bit of pressure from this Slavia man, but he did it well in the end. Here's Bellerin at right back into Saka. Complete miscontrol that from Saka, but it ends up fortunately at the feet of Rob Holding. Here's Partey to Cedric. Lots of Rangers fans in the chat by the looks of it. Welcome, Andy McMaster. Hope you're doing well. Here is Bellerin into Saka. Nice ball to pick out Emil Smith-Rowe down the right-hand side. Can he create something here? Emil Smith-Rowe. No, he can't. He's run the ball out of play. Slavia Prague man did really well. I think it was David Zima there to get in between Emil Smith-Rowe and the ball at the last minute. Yeah, he does really well to get in the right place at the right time. Slavia making two changes. Abdallah Symeou is coming off. The centre forward. As is Dorley, and he's been replaced by Linga, wearing number 32. And the other change is Kuchta. Don't know a great deal of these players, man. I've got to be honest. I'm not going to sit there and pretend I do. But what I will do is ask you guys, if you haven't already, to please smash that like button. It really, really does help me and the channel grow. And subscribe if you haven't done so already as well, because subscriptions help the channel grow, as I say. And obviously we want to get to 13,000 on the YouTube channel as quick as possible. So I really appreciate your help. Looks like a lot of you are going to get your wish, because Gabriel Martinelli is stripped and ready to come on. So it won't be long before he enters proceedings. Here's Bernd Leno in the Arsenal goal. Plays a short ball out to Gabriel at left back. Plays the ball forward, but the pass deflects and it's picked up by a Slavia Prague player at right back. The ball played forward and Alexander Barr goes down. Big hello to Connor Hanley. He says, thanks for the commentary, Harry. Much appreciated. Keep up the good work. Health and happiness to you and yours. And to you, mate. And to you and your family. Thank you for your kind words. And thank you for tuning in. Cedric in a bit of hot water with the Swedish official. Martinelli receiving some instructions. Who will he replace? That is the question. Will it be Saka? Will it be Willian? I think Willian's done all right in this second half. I'm not sure I'd take him off. But let's see. Here is the Slavia Prague goalkeeper, Ondrej Kolar. Ball played forward by the visitors. Gabriel just going to try and hold off his man. He's lost out here. Gabriel and Slavia Prague are inside our box. He recovers well. Gabriel there with a really important sliding challenge. He needed to make it because Slavia Prague were in there, and that was an opportunity all of his own causing. Arsenal frustrated because Lacazette looking to pick out somebody on the right-hand side and break forward, but the game was pulled back. It was the substitute Kuchta who dispossessed Gabriel, but fair play to the Brazilian because he got back so quickly. Made a really, really important challenge in the end, although the initial situation was of his own making. Here's Emil Smith-Rowe down the left-hand side for Arsenal. He's got Willian making a move on the outside of him. Comes infield, Emil Smith-Rowe is screaming. He wants an option, and there isn't one. He's forced all the way back to Gabriel. Here is Leno. Long ball forward. Thomas Hollis at the back will just play it back to his goalkeeper under zero pressure from anybody in an Arsenal shirt, and the ball's cleared out towards the left-hand side. Bellerin controls it completely unopposed. Plays it infield to Thomas Partey. Looked for Cedric on the left, and Cedric's just naturally tucking in because he's right-footed, and it's been a bit of a problem because I think where players are expecting to pick out their left-back in a wider area, they're just not finding him there. Willian is the man who's coming off. He's been replaced by Gabriel Martinelli. Been plenty of calls for him to get some game time. He's got 20 minutes to make an impact here. Let's see how he does, the young Brazilian. I'd love to see him have an impact, I really would. Here he goes, straight into the thick of the action already. Big hello to Fodis as well. He says, hi Harry, wishing you all the best. Simply not good enough, mate. So frustrating that we haven't scored yet. Yeah, I agree. Hey, Kizito says, I look tired. Yeah, it's a busy day for me when Arsenal play on a Thursday. It's a double shift, and I got double shift tomorrow as well, working all day and then working all night on the game between Fulham and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Hardly a glamour tie as well, is it? But it is what it is. Can't complain. There are far worse jobs in the world. I am grateful, so I'm not going to sit and moan about it. Here is Thomas Partey. Just runs into trouble. Not for the first time tonight, Thomas Partey. Ball out from the Slavia goalkeeper to Alexander Barr. Got there just in the nick of time. He was under pressure from Gabriel Martinelli. Ball chipped forward, taken on the chest. And Slavia Prague are looking to build something here, but the flag's gone up. And the ball must have gone out of play there because it's going to be an Arsenal throw on the left-hand side. Oh. T-Dog says, Harry, go to bed. I feel like going to bed watching this absolute dross. It's been really bad, hasn't it? Cedric with a throw in down the line finds Lacazette, who's pulled out from the left-hand side, escapes the attentions of the defender. Low ball across the penalty area. It will come all the way to Saka. Cuts it back for Partey on the edge of the box. And Thomas Partey shoots just wide. One of these days, Thomas Partey is going to hit the target with one of them. The ball was played across the penalty area by Lacazette. Saka laid it off to Partey, who was coming onto it with his stronger right foot. You can see what he's tried to do. He's just tried to bend it into that bottom corner. It's not too far wide of the post, but still, should do more. Holding with the header. Taken out in the air though by Nikolai Stanchu. As Slavia Prague look to create another chance of their own. Ball goes back to Andre Koller. Big thank you to Fodis as well for just signing up as a member of the channel. Thank you so much, mate, for your support. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. And if anybody else is interested, click on the link in the description for more information. Here comes Slavia Prague on the attack. Low ball rolled across our 6-yard box. Cedric cleared it, but it's not far enough. And Slavia Prague go desperately close to opening the scoring themselves. My God, that is a major, major let-off for the Gunners. Ball was cut back across the 6-yard box. Cedric's clearance ended up straight at the feet of the Slavia Prague substitute Sevcik, who came on at half-time. He tried to find the corner and it's just inches wide of Bernd Leno's right-hand post. Arsenal have got away with that big time. Big time. Bukayo Saka's now being replaced. Mikel Arteta making a second substitution. Partey's being replaced. So Saka's off, Pepe's on. Lacazette's off, Aubameyang's on. And Partey's off, and El Neni's on. So you've got El Neni, Aubameyang, and Pepe on for Saka, Partey, and Lacazette. Will that make a difference in this last 13 minutes or so? Can Arsenal find a breakthrough and avoid conceding what could prove to be a really, really big away goal for Slavia Prague? Leno with the long ball forward. Here's Emil Smith-Rowe. Heads it into Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Finds Emil Smith-Rowe. Continues his running behind. He's on the right flank here, Emil Smith-Rowe. Into Aubameyang. Now Pepe back to Emil Smith-Rowe. Aubameyang's in the penalty area. Can they pick him out? And then near post. Oh, and Aubameyang goes agonisingly close. He just tried to guide it into the far corner with that left foot of his. You can forgive him because he's just come onto the pitch. But really good work and some energy injected into this Arsenal side from the right. Emil Smith-Rowe picks him out. And you can see what Aubameyang was trying to do there. Just doesn't make enough contact with the ball, does he? But it's another good chance. And when Arsenal look back at this, they'll be desperately frustrated with the fact that they've not been able, or if they're unable, of course, to find that breakthrough, they'll be desperately disappointed. Still not sure about Aubameyang's new hair, but I tell you what, if he scores tonight, I'll forgive him. Here's Martinelli on the left-hand side. They just can't take it under control. He's to the left of the penalty area. Gabriel Martinelli puts one into the box. Aubameyang trying to keep it alive. Here's Bayer in. Now Pepe into the box, headed clear. Only as far as Cedric takes it under control. He's killed Gabriel Martinelli here. He's not going to keep that in. He's going to go out for a Slavia Prague throw. And yeah, I'll tell you what, Aubameyang's added some energy though, hasn't he, since he's come onto the pitch? He really has. Here is Cedric. Infield to El Neni. The Egyptian Pirlo. Came up with an absolute screamer in the earlier round against Olympiacos. Can he do something similar tonight? That would be great, wouldn't it? Here's Pepe on the right. Trying to weave his way into the penalty area. And he's won Arsenal a corner. Good play from the Ivorian. Mr. Tesh says my floor mop looks better than Ober's haircut. Arsenal with a chance to get the ball into the box. Gabriel's forward. Holding's forward. We're in the 80th minute. In comes the delivery. Aubameyang tries to get on the end of it. Slavia Prague smash it clear. It's going to go out for an Arsenal throw-in on the right, just inside their own half. And Slavia looking to make a couple more substitutions of their own. And that Traore being one of the players. Being ready to come on. Here's Emil Smith-Rowe for the Gunners. Tries to release Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He's got the ball on the right for the Gunners. Makes room for the cross. Tries to get the cross in. Wins a corner. Ashton says if Aubameyang scores, Harry should do the next show in braids. Don't think my hair would go that way, would it? Pepe's going to take the resulting corner after Aubameyang's cross was blocked. Again, Holding and Gabriel come forward. In comes the delivery, hooked away by Olayinka. Not very far though. Up in the air, and Arsenal trying to keep the attack alive. Symeou does well to help the ball on. Holdings won it back straight away for the Gunners though, and plays it to Nicolas Pepe to his right. Infield to Martinelli. He's on the edge of the D. Can he make room for the shot? Gabriel Martinelli! Oh, good effort from the Brazilian. Over the top of the goal. I think that Collar might have got a hand to that. We'll have another look at the replay. Pepe infield to Martinelli. Took a touch. Does the goalkeeper get a hand to that? Might be able to tell from this angle. Camera just panned away on that last one. No, he doesn't. I think it's gone straight over the bar. But Arsenal got a corner anyway. And they've taken it. In it comes from Pepe. Ends up in the goalkeeper's arms though. Another wasted opportunity. Long ball forward from Slavia Prague. Miscontrol from Cedric on the edge of his own box. Luckily Bellerin was on hand to prevent any danger. Here's Holding into Bellerin. Back to Holding. Now Smith Rowe. Nice ball round the corner for Bellerin. He crosses the halfway line now for the Gunners. Just rolls it square to Granit Xhaka. Take a touch and then plays it to Martinelli on the left. He's got Cedric making a move on the outside of him. Martinelli tries to pick out Emil Smith Rowe. Ambitious pass that from Gabriel Martinelli. The ball ends up with Andre Collar in the Slavia goal. Over 300 of you watching right now, so let's try and get up to 200 likes. That would be brilliant. Slavia in possession at the back. The ball goes into the feet of Olayinka. And then it's played out down the line. And it rolls out for an Arsenal throw-in. Slavia Prague about to make some more changes. Symeou making way. It's going to be replaced by Masopust. I think the jumper's going to have to come off. I think the hoodie's going to have to come off. I think we mean serious business here in this last few minutes. Let's do it. Let's summon the powers of the late and the great Diego Armando Maradona for these last few minutes. Here is Andre Collar in the Slavia Prague goal. Clears it. Here's Holding on the halfway line into El Neni. Turns away, tries to pick up Pepe. Pepe just about got there in time. Now it's with Bellerin. Into Pepe once more. Steps inside his man and then finds El Neni, who continued his run on the outside. Still got it, the Egyptian. Lays it off to Granit Xhaka. Oh, tries to pick out Martinelli on the left, but the pass is cut out. Martinelli commits a foul in his attempts to try and get on the end of that ball. Yeah, right decision from the referees. No getting away from that. Here comes another Slavia Prague change. It's going to be Traore to replace Olayinka. Slavia free kick inside their own half, which understandably they're in no rush to take. They'd have been pleased if you told them before the game they'd have got a draw at the Emirates. I'm sure they would have preferred to have nicked the goal as well and preferred a score draw, obviously. But still a good result for them nonetheless. Can Arsenal do some damage here? Here's Aubameyang. Tries to release Pepe on the right. Will Pepe get there first? He gets beyond his man. Nicolas Pepe lifted over the goalkeeper and he's in the back of the net. And Nicolas Pepe is the man to get it. Arsenal finally have a breakthrough at the Emirates Stadium against Slavia Prague. Nicolas Pepe is the man with the goal. The two substitutes combined, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with the passing behind. Nicolas Pepe used his pace to get there, and when he did get there, he held off the challenge of the defender and produced a cute little finish to dink it over Andre Kolar in the Slavia Prague goal. It's Arsenal 1, Slavia Prague 0, and that goal, in the context of this tie, could be massive. Really good work from Aubameyang, who's had a point to prove tonight, and he's come on and done that. Lovely ball in behind. Pepe does really well to first use his pace to get there, then hold off the challenge of David Symeou, who was on a yellow card, couldn't do much, and Nicolas Pepe just dinks it over the on-rushing goalkeeper and finds the far corner. It just creeps inside that far post, and I wondered from the angle that I was watching it at initially if it was just going to bend wide of the post, but it's in the back of the net. Arsenal have a breakthrough. It could be a huge goal in this tie overall, and I'm delighted that we finally found the breakthrough after such a frustrating evening so far. You can see what that means to Mikel Arteta as well. Arsenal finally take the lead. Woo. Jesus, we needed that. We needed that ever so badly. But now it's about staying switched on. Now it's about being streetwise. Now it's about keeping things tight at the back. And as Wes Bird says, big up Harry's t-shirt. I summoned the god, Diego Armando Maradona. There you go. And Pepe looked like Maradona there, the way he raced through with that left foot and just dinked it over the on-rushing goalkeeper. Arsenal 1, Slavia Prague 0 in the first leg of the UEFA Europa League quarter-final. You can see the relief on all their faces when that ball hit the back of the net, because they'll know it's been a really frustrating evening so far. Szypowski, on the other hand, the Slavia Prague coach, looks really disappointed. Arsenal have made another change. Smith Rowe has been replaced by Dani Ceballos, who has a bit of a habit of giving the ball away in these Europa League games in dangerous positions. But I think, given that he's replaced Emil Smith Rowe, you might see him in a little bit more of an advanced position. And fingers crossed he can't do that from there. Long ball forward by Bernd Leno. Hooked forward by Slavia Prague, and they're just going to try desperately now to nick an away goal here. Martinelli helps it on. Aubameyang will chase it, but I think David Symeou will get there with plenty of time. He does, and he just ushers it back to his goalkeeper. Into the 89th minute at the Emirates Stadium. Pepe wins a header on the right-hand side. Here's Ceballos on the right. Wins a free kick for Arsenal inside Slavia Prague's half. Pepe is going to be the man to take it. Nicolas Pepe saved his manager's bacon there, because there would have been some serious questions asked of Mikel Arteta again tonight. Unfairly, in my opinion, because we certainly had the chances, but you know those questions were coming. You know that criticism was coming if Arsenal didn't find a breakthrough this evening. It's been another goal in the game between Ajax and Roma. Roger Ibanez has nicked a second for Roma on the 87th minute. So they've got 2 away goals and are in the driving seat in that tie now. Roma have been a funny team this season. For those of you who follow Serie A, at times they've looked really good, and at times they've looked hopeless. There's no real in between. There's going to be 4 minutes of time added on at the end of this one. Ball whipped into the box by Slavia Prague, met at the far post by Alexander Bar, who strayed forward, but he's headed it up and over the bar. Elijah says Pepperdonna. Referencing the t-shirt. There you go. We've gone from that Granit Xhaka figurines to getting superstitious about t-shirts. Jesus, what has it come to? Around about 3.5 minutes of normal time, or of stoppage time, I should say, remaining. But Bernd Leno clearly running down the clock here. Not sure what Mikel Arteta's losing his shit about on the sidelines, but he's not happy with something. Ashton says, how long have you followed Serie A? For many, many years. I lost touch with it for about 3 or 4 seasons, though, I've got to be honest. Around about 3 or 4 years ago, just because I just didn't have the time. I was already watching way too much football, but rediscovered my love for it again. It never really went away. I just never got to spend as much time on it. But now I'm doing plenty of work on it, so it's in my interest to keep on top of it. And I actually enjoy the fact that I can work on a league and focus on a league that doesn't involve Arsenal, because it takes away all the bias and you can just enjoy it for what it is, which is always nice. Slavia Prague trying to get the ball clear, but Arsenal's press working well. Elneny winning the initial header. Xhaka does well to win it back for Arsenal. Aubameyang eventually dispossessed, but Xhaka gets a vital toe in. The ball will end up back with Gabriel, and he plays it left to Cedric. Here is Gabriel. I'll answer the Serie A stuff afterwards, guys, just because we're in a really intense period in the match. Here comes Slavia down the right-hand side. Still alive here inside the box. Shot from the angle, and Bernd Leno makes a save at his near post. Diving across. Really important save that from the German. You expect him to make it at his near post, but Lucas Provod got the shot away. He's come off the post in the end. Bernd Leno having to parry that onto his post. Jesus. Arsenal living dangerously here, and they've conceded a corner off the back of that. We're into the last minute pretty much of stoppage time, and it's a big, big chance for Slavia Prague. In comes the delivery. Turned in at the far post. Slavia Prague have got their goal. It's Thomas Hollis at the far post. He's popped up from the corner. And he's turned it in, headed straight at Bernd Leno. He's pushed it into the roof of the net. I don't know if I'm going to blame Bernd Leno. I have to see it again. But Arsenal's defending in the first place was simply not acceptable. And Arsenal have let themselves down in a big, big moment again. And this has gone from being a really good result, a 1-0 win at home without conceding an away goal. We've ended up turning it into a fucking disaster right in the death. Right at the death. Slavia Prague have pulled one back. It's an away goal. I can't blame Bernd Leno for that. I was harsh in my initial assessment. The ball came off of Nicolas Pepe. Cedric's caught the wrong side of Thomas Hollis. Comes in at the far post. All he's got to do is hit the target. Does exactly that. And Bernd Leno can't keep it out. It's 1-1. And Mikel Arteta is absolutely in despair. It's annoying because they haven't done anything. They haven't created anything. Slavia Prague. Nothing of note anyway. Yet, in the dying embers of this one, deep into stoppage time in the 94th minute, they've managed to pull an equaliser out of the bag. And they've drawn level. Don't really know what to say. Because it's so frustrating. So bloody frustrating. Full-time whistle's gone. It's finished. Arsenal 1, Slavia Prague 1. And after what looked as though it was going to be a really positive result, Arsenal staying patient, working hard, spurning lots and lots of opportunities. They finally found the breakthrough through Nicolas Pepe. It was celebrated with much passion. But in the end, Slavia Prague struck back in the dying embers. And Slavia Prague have got themselves an away goal to take back to the Czech Republic ahead of the second leg. Puts them in the driving seat in this tie. And I told you they were no mugs. But on the balance of play tonight, Arsenal should have won the game and should have won the game comfortably. There's a feeling of dejection amongst the Arsenal players as they walk down the tunnel. Slavia Prague players, all smiles as you'd expect. But the point is, look, we conceded the away goal. But we should have been 2-3 goals to the good, in which case that away goal doesn't become as significant. But having spurned a number of opportunities prior to that, you now feel as though that away goal could prove massive in the context of this tie. Well, let's see how big your balls are, Arsenal, because you've got to go to Prague in the second leg and you've got to go and score a goal. Not impossible. Don't write us out of this tie. Based on what I've seen tonight, we're a much better side than them. I'm not worried too much at this stage. But obviously, the nature of the goal we conceded and the fact that it came in the 94th minute is a massive, massive kick in the teeth and a huge, huge blow to this Arsenal side. I want to thank you all for tuning in to the watch along. I know the result in the end wasn't great, but thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for joining me for the game. I've really enjoyed being in your company, even if I haven't enjoyed the game in the end. But I'm going to go away, process what's just happened, and at 10:15 p.m. we'll be back live on the channel for a review show where I'll be joined by Mike Stavrou of Metro Sport. So looking forward to that. If you're not sick of me just yet, then come and join us for that. But catch you guys in a little bit and see you soon. Cheers.